How you doing? In this video, we're going to talk about the new document in Adobe Illustrator. I did the Photoshop one, remember? This is the Illustrator one, okay? Come on. Now, right away, Adobe Illustrator, you just launched it, right? Yeah, you can come over here and say create, click this button, create new document. See, this is the new document window, right? Or before we do that, let's just look at this right here, right? Before you get confused about, hey, what's this? Right, so over here is just the recent stuff, as you can see recently, right? You can sort them up over here, okay? If you want to sort them in names, in size, and kind, you can do that, right? Yes, you can also click here to start from like ascending and descending, right? Right, these are your recent files, by the way. Over here is just the quick options, you know, A4, postcards, and whatever, right? And over here you can get more presets, basically coming back here and clicking here. But when you click here, you get more presets. It's this same thing, okay? Same thing. It's like the same button, right? Right. Over here is, you know, you pick the category of the canvases, right? For example, okay, the saved ones, the ones that you saved. Okay, we're gonna talk about that by the end of the video. Mobile, you see mobile, you can just pick here. You don't have to come here and set it up, right? Okay, scroll a little bit. For web, again, these are canvases for web. For print, film and edits, you're gonna get 4K, Ultra HD, 8K, and stuff like that, right? And then art and illustration, all right? Right. Now let's come over here. Over here, you can preset your name. So this is the name of the document that you do in the file, right? Come over here and put the file, right? Make sure you put the file so you would know where you, or rather what kind of, you don't miss it. Like if you leave it like this, right? And say untitled, you're gonna lose it, okay? Because in your computer, there's probably 100 untitled files. Okay, so which one is the right one? Like which one is the one that I'm looking for, right? So make sure to always title your projects, right? You can set up the width, okay, manually, the width and the height. And over here, you can set it up in millimeters. This is just the units, right? The units, how you want to set it up, right? Yes, in points, in inches, and feet, that's up to you, right? Yes, but when you change here, see now it's in millimeters. When I change and say pixels, it also change with that, right? So that's another way to learn conversion, right? Good. Over here is the orientation of the canvas. Do you want it to be portrait or landscape, right? You pick one here. The artboards, okay? You can make them however much you want to make, right? Right. The bleed. Over here, you set up the bleed. Now, the bleed is the addition, right? Please, is the addition of the edges, right? You sort of add more edges on your whole canvas, right? The whole artboard, right? If it's 1920 by 1080, if you add bleed, you bleed it out. In other words, you add more, just a little bit, that it's going to be over the printing section, right? Yes, so you know that over here I'm not gonna put important stuff, right? Because I might have hooks, like holes, like in case this is gonna be printed out like a banner, vinyl banner, right? So it normally have hook holes over there, right? I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm getting deep on that. I'm gonna make a whole video about that if you want to, okay? Right. So that is a bleed, by the way. You're just adding a little more edge over there. So you can add on the left, on the top, on the bottom, on the right hand side, on the left hand side, or you can just click here. Rather, if I unclick here, you see the chain is broken. So now I can set it, you see, individually. But if I come here, now it's set up all together. Right. Bring it back to 0. Right. Now over here it says advanced options. You set the color mode to RGB, right? Red, green, and blue. RGB is the one that you gotta go with if you don't print, right? If you print though, CMYK is good for you. Okay, this is good for printing, right? So this way you set up the color, right? Raster effect is raster effect is the resolutions, right? Yeah, resolutions. As you can see here, PPIs, right? Yes, you can leave it just on 72, right? It's good, very good. Okay, but for me, I like 150, right? Preview mode, this is kind of like Photoshop asking you about the pixels and screen type, or the screen type that you're going to be working in, or that you're going to be viewing it, or whatever project you'll be working for. Right, you can do pixels. Photoshop is pixels in default, right? Pixels. Overprint, but leave it on default here on Adobe Illustrator, okay? Leave it on default. And over here you have more settings, right? Yes, more settings. On more settings, you sort of get the same things you got here, but with a little more, right? Over here, you can still again put the title. If you set it up here, it was gonna be set up here automatically. Again, you know what? Let me just start a project right now. I wanna do. Yes, I know what I want to do. I'm gonna do this. And over here on the profile is this right here. Again, this right here, the categories. As you can see, print, web, mobile, but it's everything that is up here, right? Okay, number of artboards. Again, you can do whatever number of artboards. I'm gonna do 30, 32. Yeah, 32 artboards like that. And over here, you set up how you want the artboards to go. Right, you want them to go start from like words, right? Start here, and here, continue again like that. Or you want them to start on top, go down, top, go down like that. Or you just want them to be one line, go right. Or you just want them to be one line going down. Over here, you can change the direction. Okay, still the same things, but then now we are going left. Okay, now going right. Now we're going left. Right. Even when you do a straight line, you're going straight left, right. Over here is the spacing in between the artboards, right? 20 pixels is normal, but I'm gonna do 10, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna do 10. Over here is the columns, right? How many columns you wanna do? I'm gonna do 32, so I can do columns 5, right? Yeah, 5 columns is good. Size, again, this things right here. Postcards, poster, whatever, 1920 by 1080. See, A4s, and it's these things right here, right? Right. Width, you can set up the width, the height manually. Okay, these things I'm just repeating the things that are here, right? Again, the units in points, in yards, and whatever. Orientation, wanted to face this and that. With the bleed again. Again with the chain, if you want them to work together or not. Okay, RGB, you know, raster image, you know, I've already set it up to 150, so it reflects here. Okay, again here, leave it on default, right? Now down here, you can make this as a template. Okay, now this template is not the template that I'll be creating. Okay, I'll be creating a style guide right now. Okay, and I'm gonna have a whole video about that, right? So that would be a template aside. This one is the template of this. I'm setting this setup as a template, okay? Yes, so if I want to set this setup as a template, I can click here and create a template. But right now I don't want to create a template. So if you want to do that, you come up here and create a template, and then you would come down here. You see, let me move this a little bit. You come down here and you would find your template. So when you click here and you type the name of the template, which is the FGF project guide, you type the name of the template over here and you say go, and it's going to take you right to the template. Or if you don't have time to type, you come up here on saved, right? Saved, you click saved and you will see the template right here, right? Right, so there's no need for me to show you that. It's very straightforward. You come up here, you click create document, then you go to the document, you come up here and you cancel, you start over, right? So let's go ahead and click create. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I will see you in a scroll.